All right, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about the college football playoff. I'm gonna talk about Michigan, Alabama before I get to Washington and Texas. I didn't get a chance to catch Washington and Texas. I seen the end of the last play of the game. They were he threw it to the corner of the end zone and it got knocked down by Washington corner. I don't know their name specifically. Um, I think I know the quarterback for Texas name, but I know most of the players for Alabama and Michigan, obviously. But I'm gonna start with Michigan and Alabama. Um, that game wasn't that bad. Michigan was scaring me once the game got to like the third quarter or so, maybe fourth quarter. I think it was the fourth quarter. It was like 10 to. I think both teams didn't score in the third. It was like 10 to 13. It was a 3-point game. Nobody scored in the third. Then when Alabama scored in the fourth quarter, um that's when I got a little like, all right, Michigan, what are y'all doing? Like, I don't know. Like, I thought they were gonna lose that game last night when Alabama went down the field and they scored, and then Michigan, I think they missed a field goal. It was either in the second quarter or the third quarter. I think they missed the extra point. Cause I ain't start watching the game till like towards the end of the second. Um, I know Michigan scored a touchdown, but I think they missed the extra point. I gotta go back and look at the highlights or to check and see because I don't know. Michigan last night, they looked like they were about to lose that game but Alabama, let me look at the stats. Milroe, the quarterback for Alabama, I don't even think he scored a pass touchdown. He was running the ball more than passing. He only had like 116 yards passing. He really didn't do much yesterday. Uh the Alabama offense wasn't all that. I mean, they've been the same all year, really. But I always felt going into the game that they had a chance because I was like Michigan. A lot of Michigan been going through a lot of crap this year. The cheating allegations, the sign stealing, the your they people complain about their competition not being all that, and it's like you know same old, same old. A lot of people don't really focus on the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten is probably the second best conference in college football. Um, I think the SEC, where Alabama plays for, they're the top dog. But when it comes to and now they're supposed to expand. More teams are coming in. I think UCLA is supposed to come in, and USC. I don't know if another team's supposed to come into the Big Ten. So it's more competition for Michigan and Ohio State and them. So I think the those days of Michigan don't really play nobody. Michigan or Ohio State. A lot of Ohio State people give Ohio State a lot of flack. Say they don't play, competition. They don't really play. They're not really playing anybody. But if you pay attention and watch the games, I mean, I think they play. It's good competition. I don't think it's like dominant. It's like one team just dominating the whole conference. I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad it ain't like that because yeah, nah, I don't like that either. So, but Michigan McCarthy, he played. Not said McCarthy. McCaffrey played pretty decent. He didn't look that great either in the first half to me. I don't know. I just Michigan, they like to run the ball. They run the ball. They're physical. Their passing game is I mean, I'm not really wild by the Michigan. I'm not really wild by their offense like that. I know they got the best defense. They showed yesterday they had the best defense in the nation. I mean, They've been consistent all year. So their special teams is very, I don't want to call them trash, but they're pedestrian. I mean, the mistakes they was dropping balls. One of them, I think they dropped the ball like on the 3 or something, and I was like, bruh, like I don't know. Michigan, they almost gave that game away yesterday. I don't care what nobody say. Like they were very iffy yesterday, and Alabama, that like I said, they were capable. I gave Alabama a chance. A lot of Michigan fans were like, Alabama, they ain't all that. I'm like, they just, I know they ain't been looking all that great this year, Alabama. They not looking dominant, you know, how they usually look, especially offensively for Alabama. But they're capable. They could beat anybody. I mean, they got Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban, one of the greatest coaches of all time in college football. So you know you got that on your side. It's like, hey, we could beat anybody if we could, you know, dial it up, you know, run the right plays, do the right things, you know, make stuff happen. But McCaffrey, he played pretty decent for Michigan. The running back, they played all right. Like I said, Michigan a running football team. They're gonna run and then they're a run pass, you know, football team. They physical, you know, I call it old school football, like running, because we're in the era where, and I'm gonna get to Washington. Their quarterback, I think his name Michael Penix or whatever his name is. You know, I don't know. I don't know his last name. I might be getting it wrong, but he was dialing it up. He was killing Texas defense yesterday. But before I get to them, but yeah, Michigan, their passing offense is it's alright. I mean, I've been consistent with Michigan all year. I told my dad and my brother, I said, if Michigan don't win this year, I'm done. I mean, I've been supporting them for a while. I'm not a diehard Michigan fan. I support Michigan and Michigan State. I'm from the state of Michigan. I mean, I support both. I'm not really one, you know, one. I love one and hate the other. I'm for both. If one make it far, cool. If the other one make it far, cool. If nan make it far, okay. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not no biased fan when it comes to Michigan, Michigan State, but I've been consistent with them all year. If they make it far, cool. If they don't, oh well. I mean, I'm probably gonna be done trying to root for them. I mean, especially the last 3 years, they'll make it this far and then they end up losing to somebody. So, but we'll see. They made the championship game. They're finna play. I'm finna transfer over to Washington. They're playing Washington. I really ain't been watching Washington that much this year. I don't know. I think their quarterback was a Heisman finalist. Um, he was balling last night. He he was I think he had like over 400 passing yards. He had 2 touchdowns. I don't think he had no turnovers. He was balling. The Texas quarterback, I have to see what his stats were. I'm on my phone. Let me look. Man, where is this at? Oh, he played pretty decent. He had 318 passing yards, 1 touchdown. He played okay. Penix was balling, man. He was 29 to 38, 432 touchdowns. Um, yeah, Washington. I really ain't been watching them all year. I ain't really been paying attention. They obviously good. I mean, Penix, he made the Heisman. I think he made the finalist for the Heisman, and he balled out last night. He did his thing. I mean, and if I'm mistaken, Texas quarterback pretty decent too. I ain't been really watching Texas. I think the only game I seen Texas play was against Alabama. That was Alabama's only loss, if I ain't mistaken, until they lost yesterday against Michigan. So, hey, I mean, Washington, yeah, they did their thing yesterday. Um, but we'll see how Penix go up against Michigan. Michigan defense, they were good yesterday. I think Michigan defense was one of the main reasons why they won that game yesterday. They were getting stops, and then what makes it bad for Alabama, that last play, I was like, what was that? I think they called timeout before that, and they were trying to do a quarterback draw. I don't know where they was going with that, but it didn't really do anything. But we'll see what Penix do against Michigan defense. If he ball out against Michigan defense, I don't know who won Heisman this year. I forgot. But if he balls out against Michigan, it's gonna make me look at the Heisman a little differently. I don't know who won Heisman. I have to look, but for him to be a finalist and balling out and showing how good gifted he is against the Michigan defense, if he balls out and he plays how he did last night, man, I mean, it is what it is, but we'll see. I think Michigan could win. They only got one more game. I need to watch. I might watch some highlights of Washington. I might watch the highlights of the game last night. I'm just looking at stats. I didn't really catch the game, so I don't really know how everything played out and what went. What happened and bad calls and all of that. I don't know, but we'll see. Next Monday. I don't know what time national championship games start, but I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be rooting for Michigan, obviously, but we'll see what we'll see if Washington can do their thing. Um, I don't know if I don't know about Michigan offense though. I gotta look at their Washington defense because Michigan offense been concerning me all year. I don't really like their offense like that. It's all right. I mean, I think they get by when they can. They showed me that yesterday when they played Alabama, but Alabama their defense was alright. They solid. They're not the best, but they're solid. Like, they could get stops when they want to. But we'll see next Monday how everything paying out for Michigan. Hey, I'm rooting for them. They better win. Like I said, if they don't, I'm probably off the Michigan football train. I don't know how long, but I'm just tired of rooting for them. And they make it this far, and then they end up losing. It's kind of it gets tiring after a while. It's like watching Detroit Pistons. Hate to bring them up right now, but it's like I like rooting for y'all, but y'all suck. Y'all suck. But I don't want to put them and Michigan in the same category because Michigan make it far, Detroit don't make it far. But rooting for you and you make it that far and you end up losing, it's like, bro, why am I rooting for you at this point? Like, you're doing the same thing. You're not getting any better.